this warning? Warning, my bitrate is too
I don't
high.
know what that
Ooh. Wow, that's super loud. Lawbreakers.
breakers.
Yeah, okay, well. Just going to be hanging out here. Yep, it works. I can pause that, but I'm going to mute it. All right, cool.
This is fun.
Okay, you're going to have to be quiet while I do this stuff, okay?
Okay.
We're not going to be able to talk to each other that much. Yeah, okay. Oh, you know what? Hey, Deb, can you do me a favor? Can you go get me a hat?
Oh.
Can you go get me my blind squirrel hat? Or my kind of like junky looking hat? Yeah. Don't know if anybody's out there. Kind of doesn't matter. Do 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 do. Oh wow, people are actually watching. Well, okay, hang on guys. I'm just getting set up and that's why it's on standby. I'll be streaming in a couple of minutes. I hope you're all having a great day. I get the day. I'm taking a personal day today because I'm taking my kid to see Tron Legacy. Oh, this is the dirty one. Go put that one back. Thank you. There we go. All right. So we're still on standby here for just a moment more as I get myself set up. What's going on there? Okay, there's that. Oops, what just happened? I'm not sure what just happened. There we go. I don't know what just happened. Yes, honey, I am running the live stream. Can you please close the door, Devin? Now what? I can't see my OBS window for some reason. It just disappeared. Is it still running? It is still running. Where is my window? Oh, here it is. I did not mean to stop it. Okay. All right, let's get going, shall we?
Yep.
Go over here and switch to the FaceTime cam. All right, so Dev, you're going to have to be cool, okay? You're going to have to be chill. Okay. Hey, here we are. It's me and my trusty assistant, and we are broadcasting. I'm going to do the wallpaper, the Patreon wallpaper for this this month. I'm going to try to finish it all in one stream in 2 hours. So let's cross our fingers and see. Hope I can do that.
Sorry.
All right. My trusty assistant here is going to need to be quiet for most of this. If you get bored, you know what to do, right? Just go back out and hang out outside. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming. I know there's a few of you watching, so thank you very much. And let us do this. I'm going to switch to my view here. And that is Photoshop. Yay, Photoshop. Okay. Shh. All right, everybody. So here we go. I'm going to Gonna turn the thing this way. And all right, so I do a wallpaper every month for my Patreon supporters. That's can't use the move tool. Right, okay. There we go. New layer, Control Shift N. Let's zoom back. I do this wallpaper for my Patreon buddies who are supporting me over there. If you want to join me, it's Jeff Zugale, patreon.com, Jeff Zugale. And that's pretty cool. It's only $1 to join, so that's not a bad thing. Yeah, all right. So what I do to do speed paintings is the first thing I do is I'm going to lay in some kind of cool gradient background. Oops, let's try that again. What is, no. Sorry, folks. I'm not as prepared as I usually am. Let's do this. I'm going to put in first an almost black background. And I'm going to grab like a really dark blue. Let's make a gradient. That's cool. And let's see. We're going to make a planet. Planets are actually really quick and fun to do. Really quick and fun to do. So you just grab yourself a, I should say, for speed painting, my favorite technique is to do custom shapes. This is something that I learned from Spart and Vile. Great guys. They have this amazing technique by which you make these, you use vector shapes to make your, did that do the whole thing? Oh, silly Jeff. Let's try that again. Use the vector shape to make a very large pink circle. And I'm going to move this, but no worries. So now I'm going to make a new layer. I'm going to make the clipping mask, and I'm going to grab a custom vector shape. I have a whole set of them that you can see popping up there. And let's see, what's a cool shape to use for planet? Let's try this one. And I'm going to grab a little bit darker purple. And I'm not actually going to use this as is. I'm going to pull that way back. And I'm going to select. No, command. I have to keep working. I work on Windows at work. So let's see, filter, distort. Let's try twirl. And we'll zoom out. Oop, I'm on the wrong one. Let's do this, filter, distort, twirl. And let's zoom out of that, and we're going to crank this. No, it's not going to really work, is it? No, we could try it. Do that. And filter, distort, wave. Oh, that looks cool. All right, so we can crank this up a little bit. Okay, yeah, oh, that's much better. So in just a few seconds, I've got myself a pretty decent sort of texture on that. Let's reselect, and let's do filter, distort, spherize, zoom back, and that's going to be normal. Right, okay. Yeah, I actually liked it better before. Okay, so I'm going to rotate this the other way because I want it to be lit from below. And there we go. Hello, helper. I'm going to make another layer. Oops.
Very cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Make another layer.
Hmm.
Ooh, I messed something up there. All right, let's pull that up.
That's a good shape.
So now, what am I gonna do? Okay, here's a cool way to make craters. Let's here's a cool way to make craters. I'm going to make another layer, and I'm going to make a rectangle tool. I'm gonna make a white rectangle. I'm gonna make a square. And then on this, I'm going to change this to the ellipse tool. And I'm going to change it to, let's see, I'm going to use black, and I'm going to make some just random circles here and there. And now I'm going to make it gray. And I'm going to, make circles inside. There we go. Oops. You hold down the shift key to make circles inside, or to drag the shape around before you're done with it.
Ooh.
Let's do that. Okay, and now I'm going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to get a brush. Let's get a crazy brush. Where is my, I have a brush that I call the chaos brush. There it is. And I'm going to pull this down to a very small size. I know I'm kind of zoomed out, so you might be having trouble seeing a little. Small size, pick up some black, and I'm going to just pull it around here. Let's make it even smaller. Make some noise, 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 noise. It's going to look kind of yucky.
Very cool.
And make it even smaller. I'm going to make some various junkies out here. And let's get to have like a really scruffy brush. Yeah, this one's probably scruffy enough. Stipple brush. Shh. Make it 100%. No, I don't like that. Okay, zoom out, or make the brush smaller. Let's make some rays coming off of this crater. I know this just looks like crazy silly stuff, but believe me, it has a purpose. Let's go to a pencil. Make some more of this stuff. Okay, now I'm going to select that. I'm going to filter, distort, spherize. When you're doing planets, you're going to use spherize a lot. Okay. And let's try distort. Let's do a wave again. This time we'll pull the amplitudes way down, way down. And the wavelength way down too. Just want it to be a little rougher. There we go. Now we're going to take this. We're going to make it an overlay layer. I'm going to drag it over here. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to invert it. And let's make it a little larger. And I'm going to turn this around like so.
It looks like the best.
And now I'm going to create clipping mask. Try to create clipping mask. There we go, clipping mask.
Looks like it.
Yeah, kind of it does. Let's see. And now I'm going to pull down the opacity, but that's not how I'm actually going to wind up using it. I'm going to put the opacity all the way up, and I'm going to squish the gray levels. Okay. Let's see. Let's try spinning it a little bit more and making it come in just a little bit. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's better. That's better. What's up, buddy? All right. Now it's time for my smudge tool. Let's get in here so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to smudge. I'm going to make this bigger, but I'm going to smudge this a lot. All right, Def. Have fun. Smudgety smudge smudge smudgeons. Okay. Right. Yeah, that's actually looking okay. I have, you can't see it. I'll bring it over onto the screen, but I have a my navigator window over on my other monitor, so I can see the whole image at the same time. I used to do this by making another window for it, but I have it over there so I can see the whole thing. And come here, you. You are the noisiest helper ever. I love you so much. But Daddy's broadcasting. Please don't talk. Oh no, there's another one. Uh-oh. Now we're in real trouble. There's two munchkins here now. Oh well. It's okay. I love my boys. Hi. My whole family is joining me apparently. That's okay. So yeah, just Daddy's drawing a moon. That's right. How cool, right? You like it when I'm drawing a moon? Daddy's drawing a moon. All right, you know what? I'm actually going to flatten these down together. I'm going to select those three and Command E, merge layers. All right, it's getting a little noisy in here, so I guess I'm going to have to shout. That's right. That's the little guy.
Sweetheart, may I have my iPad, please?
Uh-oh, he's got the iPad? Oh, no.
Thank you, helper.
Yeah.
Thank you. All done. All done.
All done.
That's drawing the moon.
There is.
That's drawing the moon.
I am drawing a
Sean,
moon.
you
It's
wanna get ready to
true.
swim?
Oh, it's swim class time. Yeah.
Okay, wanna get ready?
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Want to go to bed?
Go to bed.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. So now let's get a brush. Let's just get a regular brush.
Wow. I think
It's never a boring day here at Casa del Jefe. Here in the Dad Cave, anything can happen. Yeah, Daddy's.
That's drawing a moon.
I am drawing a moon. It's true. All right, so let me grab a
Are you on video or just
I'm on video. Yes, honey. I'm live streaming right now.
Daddy's drawing a moon.
my question was, does it show your only or just
Daddy's drawing a moon.
I have a camera on me and I have a camera on the screen. So if you don't want to be on camera, don't come back behind the monitor.
Daddy's drawing a moon.
Oh, yeah. I hope you can see that I'm
nap time?
putting some rings inside this giant crater of doom. I'm actually just going to very quickly hand paint in some scribbles. No, I don't want to go to sleep, Sean. I need to make this wallpaper.
Go ahead. Sit on the cot. You can. We're not playing drums.
No, we're not playing drums. We're not playing drums while Daddy's trying to do a live stream. That's just not going to happen, buddy.
No, baby.
All right, so there's a fair to middling planet. Let's see if I can't make it a little more obvious. All right, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because this is a speed paint. You know, do I have what I want? Pretty close. So since I don't know what I'm going to finish, what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to convert it to a smart object so I can scale it as my heart desires. And let's see. All right, so we got a moon, and it's got a big old bullseye target on it. Probably going to put it someplace like there. All right, now let's make another giant freaking huge planet. only. Oop, no, that's not what I want to do. Okay, let's make layer mask reveal selection, and then we go to the layer mask and we unlock it so we can move it separately. Oop, right. Okay, that didn't work. All right, well, no worries. Let's just go filter, blur, Gaussian blur, preview. That's too far. That'll work. Okay. So we want to darken this up. And I should have applied the thing to the document boundary. So now we brush this in. And that gives us our dark red version. Gonna make a new layer, and this one's just gonna be multiply. And I'm gonna get a dark gray and go to my big airbrush and pull this all down so it's really dark. And I can still move this around a little bit more if I want to. And I do. So there's that one. So now let's make a group. Group those layers, and this is FG Moon. FG Oon. No, that doesn't work very well on my Oh, hey, sorry everybody. I don't know what happened. My mic went dead. So everybody's been watching this and not hearing anything. Oh, ew, sorry guys. Sorry everybody. Well, here I am. Come on back everybody. I'll have to tweet. Back to my stream. Mic works now. Silly me. Where's my Twitch stream? Is anybody? That's YouTube. Is anybody chatting? I don't know. Can't tell. Sorry, everybody. Nobody's in my Twitch. Oh well. I'll just keep working on this and then I'll share it with people later. All right. So anyway, here I am, cranking away. And okay, so second light we need on the foreground moon. Red. Gonna make this. Oh yeah, we need to do a clipping mask. And let's make this. Let's try color dodge. Get my big airbrush and get a red. And color dodge isn't working. How about overlay? How about hard light? Gonna need to show a little more detail through there. So let's try this. Let's try advanced blending. Blending of gray underlying layer. There we go. That's kind of what I want. And there we go. That's what I'm looking for. I only wanted to hit the highlights. So nice. So you can use this advanced blending is really helpful if you've got something that's got you just want it to hit one part of the color or one part of the value more than others. And that has done it. I might paint over that a little bit. That's our second light. Okay, so our second light's going to be a big deal with the spaceship when we put it in. Save your file, save your file. Okay, and now I'm going to go. We need a star field, so I'm gonna. What am I going to do? I'm actually going to open up one of my other wallpapers. Let's go to 06. Does that one have a star field in it? Why is it taking forever to load it? No, this one doesn't really have a star field. I have some reusable star fields. Yeah, that one will work. So let's open up the Photoshop for this. Oh, I don't have the Photoshop for this. Oh, great. All right, well, then I'm going to go to another thing I was working on. When I worked on the Schlock Mercenary RPG, I came up with a star field for that, and I think it's under cover art, right? No, it's not. Ship screen. Oh, yes, here it is. Okay. Right, so I'm just going to drag that into here and zoom out a little bit, and let's make it bigger. And there is a star field. I'm going to drag that down on top of background, and we're going to make it screen. So that's kind of big, some of those stars. Let's try dragging it to a different location. All right, well, this can be foreground stars. It doesn't have to be full intensity. Reflectors, full intensity. And my trekkers know that one, don't you? And okay, so now we'll grab one of these component star fields and stick it in here. Oops. Enter one of these, drop it in. And this is going to be for smaller stars, so I'm going to go up here and let's pull that out to about there. And then we are going to make these screen. And we're just going to overlay them several times. And screen. Is this cheating? Absolutely. And I can flip them so they're not exactly the same. Let's grab these both, pull them over here, and we will flip them. And let's grab all of these, shift, grab, and pull them down to here. And jam them all together and make them screen. And now if something is messed up with this, I can just go in here and grab my giant airbrush and grab black, and I don't want as many of these little stars near that. Just kind of knock them out as we see them. What's this? Oh. No, these cannot be seen, so we will delete those. Bye-bye. We'll even go here and we will rasterize the layer and My mic keeps shutting off, everybody. I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why that's happening. I'm not doing anything to do that. Do I have a keyboard thing set up to do that? Hang on a second. I might have a keyboard shortcut set up to do the to do those buttons. Let me look in preferences. Hold on. It's going to take a second. Hotkeys. Okay. I got to clear this. It's doing it when I use hotkeys in Photoshop. Sorry, everybody. That's what's going on. I'm an idiot. I didn't realize I had that set up. Sorry. Well, great. I'm recording this, so I'll dub audio back in over it before I publish it. No, I need my color window up again. Let's get that red. That's gonna do. It's got to be red up here because that's where the other star is. Again, if you've been watching and you tuned out and you've tuned back, I figured out what happened with the mic. I had a keyboard shortcut set up in OBS and it messed us all up. Because every time I would go to make a selection in Photoshop or type something with an M or an N in it, it would shut off my mic. Doo-ba-doo-doo. All right. So some nebulosity. I know I haven't even gotten to the spaceship yet, right? Never fear, my dears. I will get to the spaceship. There we go. Crazy lens flare. All right. So now, spaceship. I'm just going to do it on the fly. Spaceship on the fly is a crazy thing to do, but I'm going to do it. It's going to go in front of all this. Ship 1. All right. Once again, I'm going to use my custom shape tools. And I'm going to grab some grab this. It's kind of a workable shape. Let's make a spaceship out of this. I'm going to turn off my lens flares because I really kind of just want silhouette at this point. Grab another custom shape like this one. Yeah, that gives me kind of a cool thing. I'll go back to my, I got all standby here. This is from a photo of a Lancia Scorpion. Really cool car back from the 70s. I tend to use that for techno junk. Where did I see a Lancia Scorpion, you might ask? Well, it was parked in a hotel near Disneyland. Believe it or not. And here's another one I use. It's got a bunch of like rails and things on it that I use for techie stuff. That's not bad. So let's put it in perspective. And we're going to rotate it a bit. So now I've got this silhouette, and it's pretty neat actually. I kind of like it. I'm gonna do a little erasing here and there of stuff that's just kind of floating around and isn't doing us any good. And then I'm gonna get my custom shape tool. I'm gonna get my line tool. It's set for 8 pixels weight, and I'm going to reinforce some of these other lines. Like so. Just pull it. This is, if you want to make real straight lines real fast, this is a great tool for that. You can also hold down the shift key, but the shift key will let you do it in. The shift key lets you do it with a brush. I kind of like this better. The shift key can be imprecise. Not that I'm, desperately trying to be precise with this, but let's make this look a little more three-dimensional. We'll run another bar like that. And put some more supports going this way. So we've got a lot of possibilities here. Antenna sticking up. Let's do that. Got a bunch of Greeble here that's probably not all that great. Again, we're going for some three-dimensionality here, so I'm going to thicken some things. This will all make sense eventually. That's what I keep telling myself. I'm going to make this larger so I can get a bigger rectangle out of it. It's time to do the fun stuff now. Got our background. That took a little less than an hour to do the background, and we're going to take about an hour to do this part of the ship, to do our spaceship too. Because it's a speed paint, I'm cheating. It's all about cheating. Speed painting is cheating. I'm not doing any kind of thought really in my design work. I'm not sitting here going, well, my art director needs a spaceship that does this or evokes this feeling. I don't have an art director. The art director is my brain, and my brain is like, dude, just bang something out. You need a wallpaper for August. You have messed up with your wallpapers the last few months because you thought about them too much. So this one we're not going to think about. It's not that I messed them up. It just, they took too long, and I only finished the July wallpaper on August 2nd. So that's not hitting my deadlines. And here we go. What do you think, folks? Monthly live stream for doing wallpapers? I'll have to make that a thing for my Patreon users only, perhaps. I don't know. But I happen to be home today, so for personal reasons, we're going to go see Tron and Tron Legacy on the big screen at the El Capitan tonight. You know me, you know what a Tron fan I am. All right. Okay. I think that is an appropriate looking spaceship. Don't know which end's the front, don't know which end's the back. Right now it doesn't matter. But what we do need to do, check this out. Here's more cheating. I'm going to make a copy of this layer behind it. I'm going to invert it, so now it's white. And I am going to make this so it gives us a highlight that's pointing towards the star. Right? Yeah, that looks pretty rad. I'm not going to, I'm not going to use the whole thing, and I'm going to turn down the opacity a little bit. because I'm going to paint certain parts of it brighter. Now, three-dimensionality. Okay. It's a little bit too much in some places. But yeah, that'll work for now. All right, now I'm going to do a paint over layer, paint over, let's call it PO, PO1. Ship one copy, ship one highlight, LITE. There we go. Yes, I'm once again naming my layers. I want to see anything going on Twitter. Anybody talking to me on Twitter? Does anybody love me? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I have some notifications. Yep, okay. Well, you can talk to me on Twitter. I'll put it where I can sort of see it. But not so I can see it the most. All right. Okay, so back to Photoshop. Got a layer called PO1. And now I am going to just grab one of my favorite brushes. I have a brush called Chalk 60 Variable Opacity Noise. I'm going to choose a dark red color. I don't know as I need those things. Let's go in. Okay. You know what? I'm going to turn off the light in here because I'm getting some glare on my Cintiq. Now the light's off, so okay, that's just sunlight out there. Okay, so now we are full screen. We are zoomed into the whole picture, and I'm going to ooh, that's right. I have it now, so I can't do that. I'm going to darken that up. You're going to see me tabbing in and out a lot, or using tab to turn off the user interface. I'm going to use the shift key. I'm going to erase that out. What I'm going to try to do here is add some three-dimensionality to this thing via some new planes of color or new planes of light on it. I guess I could do this with the lasso tool. Might actually be a better way to do it, but guess what? I'm going to do it this way. We'll refine it later. Paint over some of this. I'm actually going to grab that and put in a little bit of reflected light off that planet, or off this moon. Some purple here to help this out. So there's parts of the ship that are sticking out toward us and parts of the ship that are going away from us. They are being lit by the other light. I have 45 minutes left to do this. And my Patreon people are probably going, well, geez, if it only takes you 2 hours to make one of these paintings, how come you've been late with the thing? Well, because the other paintings took me longer because I thought about them too much. A few of them I had to restart more than once. And on top of that, I have to spread the time that I do these things out into wider chunks. I can't sit and work on a painting for 4 hours or 2 hours in a row most of the time because I'm either at work or I'm commuting or something reasons. Usually, I have a family, so I got family things to do, and I have a day job. This is not an excuse, but as you can see, I'm taking advantage of this bit of time that I've got right now to go ahead and make this happen. Okay. I've just turned, using keyboard shortcuts, I have just turned the transparency of this brush up to 100, or the opacity of this brush up to 100%. And actually, I can use my line tool. Gotta make it smaller though, right? Yeah. Use my line tool to get make these borders nice and sharp. And so I'm going to just fill some of these things in. I want some sharper edges on these to define the form a little better. It's a spaceship. Spaceships are generally sharp-edged forms, hard surfaces. Right. And okay. This part is, not as exciting, so I'll just try to keep being entertaining. And, I may fail. But anyway, so, okay, so these top forms are lit by a red light. I need to make that red light a little brighter, I think. Yeah, wow. I mean, this image is pretty dark. Let's go back to my brush and do that so it's not quite so intense. Make a handmade gradient here's a technique I use to make hand gradients. Okay, I grab the color, make a line, grab that line, make another line, grab that line, make another line. You do this with a brush that has its opacity not at full strength or pressure opacity. You can get a fairly nice multi-lined gradient of that color. So line, pick up. In Photoshop, you hold Option to pick up a color. This one should be longer, so I'm going to make a wider area. Grab 1, 2, 3, 4, grab color 1, 2, 3, 4, grab color 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a quick way to make a gradient without like going to the gradient tool. It looks more painterly. And I think that's kind of cool if you like that sort of thing. I kind of like more painterly stuff in general. All right, yeah, that's looking okay. I like that better. Oh, I'm like, I've been painting a lot in Procreate. This is Photoshop on my Mac. I could actually switch to Procreate. to do the rest of this. And I might save this as a Photoshop file and go out to Procreate. That would take me a minute to switch. All right. So again, we're going to have I'm trying to do forms here. Here, I'll tell you what. I will draw over, grab one of my pencils, Jeff Pencil 1A, and let's get that. And here's what I'm trying to do. This is a thing this part is sticking out from the ship about like that. Just put some contour lines on there so you can see what it's doing. Right? And in theory, it would stick out on the other side too. So you might see it through there. This is going like this. All right, so that's what I'm doing. And then this is on another piece and another piece. All right, okay, so I'll turn that off. Let's go back to the paint over. Let's get my chalk brush again, back to my chalk 60 variable opacity noise. And I think, let's see, this would actually be brighter because it's at more of an angle to, here's second light. So this would be brighter. Right, all the surfaces on here that are pointing most directly toward the light would be the brighter surfaces. So this would actually be brighter than those other surfaces which fade away from it. And there. Right, so this would be a gradient away from this, but and all right, see, I'm zooming out again. This is important. It's important to zoom out. Believe it or not, it's very important to zoom out. And that, and that, and that. There's always some repeated things on a spaceship like this. All right, and there would be these sorts of things on top of the ship too. Just running in the highlights now. Highlight after highlight. From this top stuff. At some point, I'm going to put in windows too, but right, so now, yeah, I mean, this is clearly going to be that's crazy. So this is clearly not going to be a realistic lighting scenario, because realistic lighting scenarios in space with ships like this, you know, they're not as attractive as they could be. I'm just going to throw in some more little details of light along here. I'm going to grab that color and pull it down a bit and just make a couple of lines right on the right at the hot spots where something's turning an angle that's pointing directly at that star. Whatever red thing is lighting us up. We'll say there's another star in the system. Most star systems are at least doubles. Usually, one big one, one little one. Yeah. All right, that's starting to take on a form that I dig. Let's make that a thing there. That's gonna curve away. That's gonna be black. And let's do. Now I'm doing the other light, which is coming from these planets over here. Gonna get a little bit of bounce off of that. Okay, that is probably going to work. I'm going to put in some windows. Let's make a layer for windows. I just want to put in, I'm going to use the line tool to do it. I'm going to put in, what color are they going to be? Let's make them blue. It's kind of our other color here. I know these are going to be very bright, but once again, trust me, there's a method to my madness. There's always a method to my madness. So lines for windows. Once again, I'm trying to reinforce the forms of this ship with the angles that the lights are going in, or the persons who are on board this thing. And believe it or not, this is one thing that is actually a little faster in Procreate, because Procreate has this sort of line functionality built into every tool. So every paintbrush has it. And I think that'll work. And get my eraser and do a short eraser or a small eraser, because I want to make sure these things are angled. The way they're supposed to be, because the windows would be following the form of the ship. And there we go. Looking better, looking better. Now this blue is just temporary. Gotta make my brush a little bit smaller now to handle some smaller window cuts. If you look at a real ship, a boat ship or an airplane or anything like that, the windows tend to be in lines. There's different levels or decks or whatever. So we're doing that. And just making some cuts So we have, they'll look like, oh yeah, this is windows on the side of a spaceship. A line tool, and then erase out parts. Sometimes you can erase out most of it because there's not going to be, not every place is going to have a full set of windows on board the ship. Because, windows are weak spots. And space is a vacuum. You break a window, the atmosphere goes away. We don't want that. That would be terrible. So let's look at it again. Okay. That's too many right there. So let's wipe that out. Wipe that out. And doot. Tempted to pull a Bob Ross and call them little duders. I love Bob Ross. If you're a painter and you don't love Bob Ross, you're wrong. You need to check out Bob Ross because he's just such a happy guy. Okay, so there's that. Now, they can't stay that color because they're all the same color, and you would never see all the same color in a real spaceship or building or whatever. So first, I'm going to go to my brushes. I'm going to get my Chalk 60 variable opacity noise, like I like. I'm going to grab slightly different colors. Oh, and I'm going to lock transparency. And I'm just going to kind of swab this around, dot. And I'm going to get a green, like an actual green. And let's do a little color mod there. It's subtle, but you need to do it. And orange, I'm going to put some orange because orange is nice. But predominantly they're blue with some orange. And we can do some red in some places. Like, maybe this is the torpedo room up here. They have red lights. Maybe that's an engine room. All right, so there's that. All right, now I'm actually going to turn off the transparency lock. I'm going to blur this very slightly, 2 different blurs. I'm going to do a motion blur, a very, very short motion blur. Yeah. Let's show me the preview. So I'll jack it up. That would be a long motion blur. I'm going to do a 5 pixel motion blur, 5 or 6. No, that'll do. I don't have to do any other blur. And okay, let's transparency lock again. Filter, noise. I just want to get some variation in these windows so that they are not so obviously anything. All right, and now I'm going to choose this black, and I'm going to dot a few. I'm going to change the value of some of these windows so they're not so bright. They're kind of a uniform brightness, and they don't need to be. So just giving it some variation to make it look a little more real. Trickery, smoke and mirrors. Yeah, sometimes people are standing in front of the windows and they block them. All right. Okay, I think I'm done with our second light now. Nice. There's our spaceship. 11:30. All right, I got half an hour. It's pretty crazy how bright that light is. How not bright the other light is. Might have to just pull this way back. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see at the end. I mean, to me, it looks kind of neat like this. Blinding sun. But of course, you would never, this is a completely unrealistic lighting scenario. It would never actually happen. Okay, so now let's zoom in. It's time to clean up edges on our ship. Gonna go back to paint over. And how am I gonna do this? Well, I guess I'm gonna use the lasso to select stuff and airbrush um, and my chalk brush to paint details. Okay, so let's get my lasso. I want my straight line lasso tool because this stuff is all in straight lines. And hide. And big airbrush. Let's grab that. Grab that. Brighten that up a bit. Yeah, make that happen. And airbrush again. Some straighter edges. That's all I'm doing here is trying to get straighter edges on this stuff. And I'm using some of the brush strokes to suggest shapes. So in places where there are raggedy edge brush strokes, I can make them, more formal sort of shapes. Give them some hard edges. And here, this one here. Grab that and grab that. This is about edges. It's not about the stuff in the center. I'm just trying to get some sharp edges where there might be actual sharp edges. Now, I'm hitting Control H to hide the thing, but it brings up, to hide the selection area, but it brings up the rulers, or the guides that I brought in. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely kind of a cool looking ship. I'm digging it. Let's do this one. Shape, shape, shape. Airbrush. Hard edges. Darkness. No parents. Continuing darkness. My kid loves the Lego movie. I do too, actually. Let's do this and this. Oh, that's not exactly what I wanted. Try that again. Sometimes my Cintiq does a double bounce. And I don't like that, but there's not a heck of a lot I can do. Hide. B for airbrush. Oop. Grab that. Bright red. Hard edge. Darker red. Hard edge. Another red. Hard edge. All right, how are we doing? 11:37. Those edges look pretty good. So let's go in and use my line tool. Turn down the size again. That goes there. That goes there. This goes here. I see that I'm getting another visitor.
Thanks for the house. Daddy.
Hi, little guy.
Daddy's busy.
Daddy's busy, that's right.
Daddy's trying to rain the moon.
No, not this time. Now I'm doing a spaceship.
Daddy's trying to
Daddy's drawing a spaceship, that's right.
circle.
Daddy's motorcycle? Yeah, Daddy has a motorcycle. Put in some panel lines there. And some more panel lines up here. Got a panel line there.
Thanks, Sean.
That's my boy. Hi, boy.
Come here.
Yep.
5, 4,
Sean, follow mommy.
3. Thank you. Daddy's busy.
Yep, Daddy's busy. It's true. Parenting. Parenthood is so fun. It is. It's really awesome, to be honest. Oh, here comes my other faithful assistant.
Today, at last.
Hey, I'm still on the microphone. Oh, you passed your swim test. Yay. My little guy is a swimmer now. That's
I'm
awesome.
going to advance.
Yeah, advanced beginner. That's awesome. I'm very proud of you. I'm super proud of you. I will express to you more pride once I'm finished with this broadcast. All right, so panel lines. Yes, you may play with my stuffed toy bulldog puppy dog. Yeah, he's pretty cute. All right, 20 minutes to go, 20 minutes to go. Yeah, this is looking okay, Liking it. Zooming in and out. I'm using my line tool to make some panel lines. Can make the line tool a little bit bigger to make some more panel lines. Because yeah, well, that works. Because why not? As always, panel lines, they always help to show form of the object. I mean, there's always panel lines on actual man-made things. You know, who knows what there will be on, real spaceships someday in the future, if we have a future. We don't know. Okay. Oh, is there a helicopter hovering? I hear a helicopter, Dev. Is there a helicopter? Don't know. All right, well. There's often helicopters here in sunny Los Angeles. Devin, I can't really hear what you're saying. I'm sorry.
Daddy,
Yes, Sean.
thanks for the spaceship.
Yeah.
Thanks for the moon.
Daddy's painting a spaceship, and he already painted a moon. And a planet and a star.
I want to paint a star.
Oh, I already painted the star.
Paint a star.
I already did that. See, there it is.
I want to see stars. The stars.
Yeah.
Daddy's trying to stars.
Yep. Hey, you got to stop hanging on my arm. It's really hard for me to paint when you hang on my arm, buddy.
Do you want to see what's that? Thanks for the moon. Thanks for.
Yeah, I still got a live, wide open mic, so. It is what it is.
Next one's spaceship.
Yes. Yep. There are, yeah, at least like one or two, I guess.
Fireworks.
There we go. Can't tell. I don't know. Somebody's watching somewhere, probably, maybe.
Moon. Daddy,
I can't hear you.
moon.
We've got a yelling child and
Spaceship.
That was my point. I said at least 3 people.
at least 3 people. Well, yeah. My lovely family.
Daddy.
Yes.
Daddy.
Yes.
Apple.
Yeah,
Time for
Apple.
lunch, my dear.
Apple computer. Guys, go get some lunch. Did you guys? Did Sean have fun swimming? I saw that Devin
He did,
passed
and then
his.
when he got out, he totally busted.
Oh, Dev.
No, not Dev.
Oh, Sean. No.
He went diving, like he went walking. Very nice.
Walking very nicely like you do.
Words.
Panel lines,
Area
panel lines,
exit,
panel lines.
And he went, or all of a sudden he decided he wanted to veer off to the right to try to get one of the awesome blue kickboards. Which
Right.
I said, no, stop. And I reached for him.
And you
I
reached for
pivoted
him?
to the right.
Uh-huh.
To him,
Uh-huh.
and my leg pivoted, but my shoe did not.
Oh, that sounds painful.
Thank you. Come here, buddy.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
I was trying a spaceship.
That's what I'm doing. It's true. All right.
Does he see his own reflection that way? He's
I don't know. Yeah, probably. He can. I've got a camera on me.
I want to take it out.
I have a camera on me. And. Yeah.
Come on there.
Yeah, when you
Nope. Steph, I need to.
Okay.
Did he show you that he graduated?
Yes, he did show me that he graduated from beginners.
No. Sneaky butt. 5, 4, going upstairs. 3.
And the mayhem continues.
Oh.
Wrangling children, our favorite pastime here at Casa del Jefe. All right. Sorry about that, everybody. It gets noisy in here. Okay. All right. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my paintbrush. And I'm going to get my 60 opacity noise. I'm going to size it up and down as I need it. Because we got 14 minutes left, and this is taking a long time. So, all right. I'm going to paint in some gradients here to show form. They're not going to be super obvious because of the angles that we're at. I'm going to hand paint these. Right. Speed. It's all about going fast. I'm also going to paint in some structure where it maybe doesn't look like there's enough. Because these things have thickness, you know. I mean, this isn't a flat spaceship, so I need to actually put in some thickness here and there. I'm probably going to refine this a little more, like take it into Procreate so I can paint on it in some ways that are quicker to do in Procreate. Really love Procreate. It's an awesome app. I do almost all of my painting in it. It does not have the custom shapes though, so I can't do like this ship, you know, this ship design here is a custom, it was made with like a few of my custom shapes and it was done very, very quickly. So I can't do that in Procreate. It doesn't have that functionality just yet. I hope it will someday, something like it. There are programs that can do vector shapes on iOS, but they don't have the ability to do this exact sort of thing that I learned from Spart and Vile. Yep. Okay, just filling in a little bit more here and there. Got to put our red highlight on here. A lot of these surfaces would have just a quick red line on top of them because they are in the second light. And then the rest of the ship would have various highlights from that star on it. They wouldn't be everywhere. Put a couple on here so they're kind of obvious. Brighter ones, you know, or there would be definitely would be some kind of highlighting happening from the yellow star over there. And there we go, little dots, little dots. That doesn't look so great, so let's smooth that out a bit. You know what I'm going to do? Let's see. I need to put some. There needs to be just some brightness going on here. Let's make this wrap with a contour line there. That can go there. I am actually I'm going to airbrush a blue highlight across this from the bottom. Because I need to show some more form on this. And it is not, you know, I've got too much dark up there to really show good form. So let us get our interface back. Do this. It's going to be blue light. Make it normal. Going to use my giant airbrush. And I'm going to layer mask reveal selection. So the selection is the ship silhouette. I'm going to get a medium blue. My favorite hue is 210. Let's get 210. And we're going to lighten it up quite a bit. I'm going to make this airbrush huge, like really huge, like the size of the freaking ship. And bump, 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 bump. Okay. So there it is. And I'm going to make this a little smaller. And all I'm going to do is just erase the crap out of that. Because all right, so I'm not even going to erase it. I'm just going to use the line tool. I'm going to make it big. I'm going to use it on the layer mask like this. Most parts of this ship are not going to have that blue. Oh yeah, and I can actually, oh, no, I can't do that. Never mind. Any place where it's red is not going to have this. There are going to be lots of other places where it's shadowed too. And I'm going to airbrush the edges of it quite a lot. Actually, let's just do this. Doot, 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 doot. Option delete to fill it. I know this may seem obscure in a bit or in a way, but just want a little bit of blue. I use my inking brush now because it's very dark. Just want a little bit of blue in places that are not the red. None of that's going to be up here. It's not going to be here. It might be there, but it won't be there because that'll be shadowed. No, 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 no. So any place where I see any red, I'm wiping this out. Because there's places where it has covered the red. And I'm not going to be crazy about this, but... Okay, so this needs to get it. This, again, showing form. You show form through light. There's a little kid banging on my door. What a shock! Bangity bang bang bang. Yeah, diddy. Oop, wrong one. There we go. That's better. And that'll work. Yeah, that's cool. And again, three-dimensional forms are going to take their shape from this light. And we're definitely going to erase here and here and here, there. Holding down Shift to try to make straight lines. Erase that. Any place where those lights are, there's going to be darker cut into the ship. Right. That. So very quick way of shorthanding the forms of the ship. The speed paint again, I'm not detailing this. I'm just banging it out. And again, this is a mask that I'm erasing. I'm not actually erasing the color. I'm erasing a layer mask so I can come back in and edit it if I want to. And I'm sure I will. Oh, it's noon. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out. I think we've got a nice looking painting here. I'm not sure that it's finished. Not sure that it's finished, but I think it's looking okay. Yeah, this blue light is probably a little too bright. There we go. There we go. I just need a suggestion of it to make the ship look more three-dimensional. And let me just send a text to my family to let them know I'm coming. All right, and microphone's still on, everything's still cool. Okay, so let's see something here. I'm gonna duplicate this EO1, and I wanna just see if I make it brighter, what's it gonna look like? Yeah, that's kind of cool. I can lighten it up. Let's lighten it up a little more. Let's keep the dark layers dark. Bring that up. Yeah, that's looking pretty Berkey. It's looking Berkey. Me likes a Berkey. So I don't mind making things look like a Berkey. Yeah, oh yeah. Really mess around with this. Get a cool looking spaceship. Okay, let's try another one. Let's make another copy. And let's pull down the saturation and push up the lightness. And again, let's go to the layers or levels and pull down the dark parts. And we can, let's see, layer mask, hide all. Let's make this linear dodge add and grab my airbrush, big giant airbrush, and let's make those highlights come out a little bit more even. Okay. Okay, so there you go. I'll put it over to just the Cintiq view so you can see that in all its glory. And there is a spaceship. Crazy spaceship. Let's filter noise, add noise. Oh yeah, that's cool. That's better. Let's make it really noisy, that layer. Remember, it's a copy. I can do whatever I want. Filter, blur, motion blur. Yep. I think that's cool. Now, obviously, that is not a finished painting, but it is a pretty quick speed painting. 2 hours. And there is a spaceship. Hooray! All right. Let's put that up in a large view. I'm going to do more work on this for my Patreon folks. But that is how I speed paint a science fiction spaceship scene. Hope you dug it. And thanks for watching. You guys are awesome. And if you haven't joined my Patreon, please do. It's only $1 a month to get daily spaceship sketches, monthly spaceship wallpapers, and I am working on a book. You'll get first grab on that. I'm trying to get a store set up. When I get that, if you join my Patreon, you get a huge discount on anything in my store. And you help me get stuff together. I'm going to be kickstarting the book in September. I'm going to be kickstarting something else next week, a small thing. So even if you don't sign up, you can follow. I do make public posts every once in a while with various things on my Patreon. So follow me on Patreon even if you can't contribute. And thanks, you guys. You're awesome. See you next time.